What is appreciation when you're talking about real estate? So first, let's define appreciation. It means an increase in value. And appreciation is actually one of the main reasons that real estate is one of the best investments of all time. I'm Jen Hernandez. Loan with Jen is a channel that educates you about everything homeownership, so stay tuned. So over time, your house will increase in value. So let me tell you what that means. Let's look at the graph that I'm putting up on the screen right now. So this is a historical mapping of values over half of a century. Since 1953 is when they really started recording values, and things got a little bit more techie in the 50s apparently. So you can see that over time, homes have increased in value. Now we did see a dip around the 2008. You can clearly see between 2008 and 2010, post-mortgage meltdown. That's when the financial crisis mortgage meltdown happened and everything was complete chaos. Values temporarily dipped, but you can see after that, they've been on a steady rise ever since then. And especially since the COVID years, around the country, we saw appreciation that we've never seen before. In fact, the national average for appreciation in the US was over 18%. That's a lot for someone in Texas like me, where our average appreciation is 3 to 5%. The amount of appreciation does depend on where you live. So the 18% that I mentioned from April of 2021 to April of 22, which is where that metric was taken, it really depends on what part of the country you're in, what county, what city. I live in Texas, and even Houston appreciates differently than Dallas. Even some neighborhoods appreciate differently than the rest of the city. So make sure you talk to your local realtor, local lender to see what is really best and what's relevant in your area. So now we're going to go over an example so I can show you exactly how appreciation works. So for this example, I'm going to just be super conservative and use 5% appreciation. I'm not going to go gangbusters of anything out of the ordinary. Let's just use 5%, which is super conservative. So let's say that you bought a house today for $400,000. In 1 year's time, if the average appreciation in your area is 5%, it means that your house is going to increase. Let's take 400,000 times 5%, and that gives us $20,000. So ideally, your house would be worth $420,000 a year from now. Now, next year, when the 5% is calculated, it's calculated on the 420,000. So 420 times 5% is 21,000. Now, Jennifer, who determines this value? It's actually determined by the market. It's determined by what people around you are paying for homes. So over time, people go up a little by little by little. It's inflation, right? And then sometimes you'll get in a market where the inventory is super tight, where there's more buyers than there are sellers, which is actually at the time I'm making this video, that's what's happening right now. So that's when the values start to go up more. You get in bidding wars and more people wanting the house and, oh, I'll pay more, I'll pay more. So that's how values end up going up little by little. But for this example, I'm just using 5%, just to give you an example of how appreciation works. So the reason that this is great for you as a homeowner and why homeownership is better than renting is that every year you've got this behind the scenes silent savings plan going on that you don't even really know about. So you buy for 400, then it's worth 420, then it's worth 441, then it's worth 470. You know, the value keeps going up. So when you sell in 7, 8, 9, 10 years, the value is going to be a lot more, and you take that money and then you go put it on the next house. So that's the concept of appreciation. I would love to hear your comments and your questions about this topic. Stick around. We're going to talk about next the home buying process from A to Z.